Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. So today we get to take a look at the all-new generation for the 2024 Mercedes Benz E350. This model is finished off in black and the MSRP is just over $71,000. So for this sedan, we do have a new exterior design as well as interior and interior features, along with an addition to this hood. So underneath the hood, this is powered by the 2-liter inline 4-cylinder turbo. It's now paired with the 48-volt hybrid electric system. It's also paired to the 9-speed automatic, pumps out 255 horsepower, 295 pound-feet of torque sent through that 4MATIC all-wheel drive system, propelling this 4,200-pound sedan from 0 to 60 in just over 6 seconds. And as far as fuel economy goes, you're looking right around 24 miles per gallon in the city and 33 out on the highway. Now, as we work our way to the exterior styling, which is completely new, you'll notice for this model, the entire surround for the grille is finished off in chrome, along with all of the accents within it. We have the forward sensor along with the camera, all of the parking sensors. There's more chrome in the lower section. We do have a new design for these LED headlights, DRLs, and turn signals. And then there's some more accents in the lower section there, very subtle lines coming down the hood, along with the secondary Mercedes-Benz badge up front. I think it has a really nice subtle design to it. And moving on to the side, this has a set of 20-inch wheels, which are a $2,000 option. They have a very nice multi-spoke design to them. I'm really digging these black edges here. AMG is also stamped in them. There's more chrome in the lower side skirt. Power folding side mirrors with the camera and turn signal. There's also a dual pane sunroof up top. All of the chrome that surrounds the windows, it's also on parts of the door handles too, which do have a flush design to them. So when you lock the vehicle, they will hide away. When you're driving, they will be in that inwards position and then only pop out when you need access to enter. But we have some great crisp lines that run down the side too. And then working our way to the back where there's the Mercedes logo, chrome accent that connects the LED taillights there. There's also all the sensors and then more chrome in the entire lower section. Now you can use the button on the key fob or up underneath to open up the power trunk, where for the E-Class, this has a great amount of space. There's also a little bit of storage underneath the floor where you can place some items as needed. So it's nice to see that. You have some cargo bins on both sides, and you can even fold down the back seats. So just push on these controls. You can do that on both sides. That gives you a lot more interior space if you need it. And then of course you can close that power trunk. You can lock the vehicle with that control on the right side. Now, in order to gain access to the interior, if you're not far enough away like I was, where the door handles don't automatically pop out, just use that control that you will use to lock it and they will pop out for you. And of course you can use that to walk away from the vehicle. Now we have the beige leather interior with the Burmester audio. We have some more brushed aluminum accents, more storage in the lower section. And then you can easily lock those seats back up. And at 5'10", hopping into the back, I'd say it's a little bit on the smaller side, but it's still doable for someone at 5'10". I have plenty of space. There's storage pockets, a little bit of storage here with some air vents, and I have about an inch and a half above my head. Now, right in the middle, we have the armrest, along with a small area you could place some items. If you barely push on this again, that's how you can retract the cup holders now. So that is a nice design to see. You can also fold down this middle seat individually if you need to. And then we have that sunroof up top for your rear seat passengers. Now up front, the door panel is just like the rear. We have the heated seats, memory adjustments, all of your power adjustments too, and then side mirror, trunk release, more storage space down below. And then let's take a look at the new design for this E-Class. So we have an all-new infotainment system and then the gauge cluster design. So they've gone away from that continuous screen. Now we have the two separate screens. We have a full leather steering wheel, paddle shifters too, all of your cruise and adaptive cruise settings. And then with the configurable gauge cluster, you can actually go through a few different settings along with scrolling through all of this info. So you still have everything here that you can monitor as needed, and then you can go through a few others. Now you can also go through the head-up display and picture or pull up what you would like to view on that system there. On the right side, there's your volume along with Bluetooth, voice commands, even a favorites button. And then the same identical controls are for the all-new infotainment system. So you can use this to further go through this, or you can use it as a touchscreen system. Now within this screen too, we have the backup camera. So we'll just put this into reverse, where you have that 360 view. So you can go through all of that. When you put the vehicle into drive, now you can go through the forward-facing camera. Park is located on the end of that stalk. Now on the left side real quick, we have the e-brake. We also have your headlight adjustments, some wood trim, and part of the ambient lighting. We have the leather package for this interior. And then I will say this is a lot more user-friendly of a system to go through than the previous models. So we don't have any physical controls, but everything in the lower section is fixed. You can quickly swipe through all of this information, get into your climates, so where you'd like the air to go. And then you have your fan speed and your temperature, and you can do that for your passenger too. Now underneath that, for the few physical buttons that this does have, you have the different driving modes, shortcut to the camera system. You can also pull up this info for your head-up display, your manual shifting, and a few settings. And then you have power, mute, and volume. Now this gets wireless charging. You have cup holders that will retract, so you can push those away when you don't need them. There's auxiliaries and a little bit of space on that left side. You can hide all of that away with the beautiful wood trim. There's also the split design for the armrest, more ambient lighting. Glove box has a good amount of space to it. You'll notice the air vent design that curves just above that, all the way to the driver's side here. Garage door buttons are up top with the rear view mirror. You have dome lights and the control there for the dual sunshades, as well as the sunroof. And then a good bit of visibility over both shoulders. And sport mode, second gear, here we go. I will say, it gets up and moves for having the smaller engine here. Paddles are pretty responsive too. They're not something you're really going to use all that much. You do have to go into the screen in order to activate them. So that just kind of shows you the buyer of this vehicle may not really be using those, but if you want a little bit of sporty driving, you can activate them as needed. But this is what it's like to be behind the wheel for the all-new Mercedes Benz E-Class. Definitely a great feel to it. This is a vehicle that you want that luxury vibe. You want something comfortable that you can drive from point A to point B. This is it. I like the practicality that we have too, with folding the seats down and make it a lot more versatile. It's a pretty spacious sedan for its smaller size too. But it's nice to drive. It's just what it gives you that luxury vibe. It's what you'd expect, of course, from a Mercedes Benz. And as far as the turning radius goes for this smaller size sedan, pretty tight. Then visibility is easy to see around, so no issues there. And it definitely has a good sound to it. I'm not sure if they have some of the exhaust piped in or not, but it doesn't sound like a 4-cylinder. Has a good sound to it. But driving the Mercedes Benz E-Class, definitely a good feel. So if you want a luxury focused vehicle, $70,000 is still a lot of money, of course, but in today's world, it's about on par, on average, with a vehicle like this that you would expect to see. So if you want that next step up in luxury, it's a great option to go with. We have the ambient lighting that runs the entire dash too, so I'm sure at nighttime that would be a very cool illumination to see. But that is going to wrap it up for the all-new 2024 Mercedes Benz E350. Once again, huge shout out to Mercedes-Benz Northlake for providing this sedan for me today. Check out their website, give this video a huge thumbs up, and consider smashing that subscribe button so you don't miss out on our daily uploads. I will see you all in the next video.